What's up, everybody? Hello and welcome to another Dirty Old Bastards broadcast here on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 nights of special event action for you. It's the DOB Advanced Motorsports Speed and Custom Kings Royal. We are live on EUTV, the DOB Facebook page, the DOB YouTube page, as well as my personal Facebook page. We are getting ready for a full night of 410 wing sprint car action at the Eldora Speedway. Overcast conditions, 72 degrees. So it's nice and cool, good conditions for these drivers. Single car or double car qualifying tonight. 30 laps the distance once we get to tonight's A main feature. All lining up with a real deal. It is Kings Royal Week. If you are in the Indiana, Ohio area, or hell, Michigan, Kentucky, or the greater United States outside of Puerto Rico, you want to find yourself in Rossburg, Ohio, Wednesday through Saturday. Starting on Wednesday with the Let's Race 2, the USAC Sprint Cars and the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series take to the track. And then it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series in this year's edition of the Kings Royal. There's other options, however. Indiana Sprint Week starts Thursday night. I know everybody is ready to get their sprint car on this week. And we're going to kick it off virtually here on Tuesday night. We're going to have 2 more nights of virtual racing action from the Eldora Speedway. Tomorrow night starting at 9, as well as Thursday night, which will be the main event. Tonight is the Joker's Wild Race, 30-lap feature. Tomorrow is the night before the Kings Royal, which is 35 laps, and the final night will be a 40-lap Kings Royal feature, sponsored by Advanced Motorsports Speed and Custom. Coming on board here recently, Tim Sims, also a Dirty Old Bastard partner now. He'll be at Eldora all week with his simulator set up, I am sure. You want to head over to the Eldora Speedway and do some iRacing on his simulators, probably set up behind the turns 3 and 4 grandstands. Always offering prizes. Could be behind turn 1 as well, I guess. Not sure where he's been setting up here recently. But great prize packs, big checks. Lots of fun can be had down there for a small monetary investment. Hot Laps is over, ladies and gentlemen. Kendall Tucker, Billy Rowley, Tyson Landis. Your top 3 here in Hot Laps. See if we can find out what the qualifying order. My boy Chris will be keeping us updated with the single car qualifying order. A lot of cars signed in. Qualifying will be an event in itself. See, 1 car loading in right now. Got some love for Jordan Hack. Zane Scott's in the Facebook chat chanting for Team SETI. They'll have plenty of drivers in contention here tonight. Let's see if we can find the other lobby here. Looks like Jacob Fields and Kyle Stoltz are the two cars that are sitting in the pits. Nobody out qualifying just yet. The only one I'm for sure of is that Chris Roberts, our admin, will be qualifying last. Here's my photos. This will let me know what we're looking at here. Should be Taylor Howell. Actually, Bob Curtis out on the track right now. He's got a lap 14.73, puts him on the pole provisionally. Howell now hitting the speedway. Let's see. Do we have a Brenner in the field tonight? Nope, not seeing last week's winner for race 1. Taylor Howell goes to P1 provisionally, 13.587. Cole Cabre on the track as well. Howell goes to a 13.572. Betters his time with lap 2. Cole Cabre clocks in quick time, 13.483. 13.483 on lap 1. He's going to try to better that here, using that low line through 3 and 4. He does, 13.429. Quick time for Cole Cabre. Anthony Lepresto in the 57. And now on the track, Kyle Stoltz up next, 13.599. That puts Anthony provisionally in the 3rd spot. And then a 13.469 moves him up to 2nd place. Anthony Lepresto's 2nd place in qualification so far. Kyle Stoltz on the track now. James Tiernan, the man up next. See if I can pull this up here. .578 is Stoltz's time. That puts him 4th provisionally. James Tiernan in the elbows up TV car. 13.497 P3 for James Tiernan. He's rolling the high side. Betters it a little bit for lap 2. 13.452. Move him to P2. Couple of 100ths of a second off of Cole Cabre's top time. Let's go on board with the 10 of Skylar Brown here in qualifying. Skylar, of course, points leader for the DOB 410 wing sprint cars in race 1 competition. 13.467 on his first lap. Not going to do better the second time. P3 for Skylar Brown. Craig Dunn, Team SETI driver, now on track. Kendall Tucker up next. First lap for Dunny, 13.652, 13.652 for Craig Dunn. Second time in the books. They're ticking them off quick. Much better. 13.491 for Craig Dunn on lap 2. That moves him to 5th place provisionally. Kendall Tucker out on the speedway now in the Swindell Speed Lab machine. This will be lap number 1 right here. 13.493 is the time. P6 for Kendall Tucker. Everybody right there in the high 4s at the moment. Second lap should be a little quicker, but I think that got thrown out. Maybe a little bit of contact with the fence. So 13.493 P6 for Kendall Tucker. Gonna have to do now the Team SETI driver, Wicked Energy Gum Machine of Billy Rowley on the track. First lap, 13.501. Puts him 7th provisionally. Starting to see these guys utilize that high line. Billy cuts off to the bottom there in turn 4. 13.494 betters his time, but not his position. P7 for Billy Rowley. Another Team SETI driver. And the Wicked Relief Gum with CBD machine. Tyson Landis in the 31. Landis a 13.610, 13.610. Tyson doing a little searching here, trying to figure out what this track likes. A little bit of slider line through 3 and 4. It's going to do a little bit better. 13.553. Move Tyson to P8. Let's see if we can find Jeffrey Stewart, who is up next in qualifications. First driver here for Group 2, Jeffrey Stewart, on lap number 1 currently. 13.613 lap number 1 for Jeffrey Stewart. Elbows up Sim Sport driver. Top 3 in both Race 1 and Race 2 championships right now is Jeffrey. Second lap seems to be invalidated, so 11th place for Jeffrey. Cole Cabre, still the man out front. 13.429 is the time to beat. That lap seemed to be turned on the bottom side of the racetrack, so it's going to be tough for these guys unless they start to find something here. 13.855 first lap for Kevin Hanley. He's going to better it to a 13.551, puts him P8. Curtis Merriman now out on the race course in the 371. One 3.745 lap number 1 for Merriman. Here Dustin Griffiths pulling away onto the speedway as Merriman crosses the line for lap number 2. Does not look like it's going to be any better, so 13th for Curtis as Dustin takes the green. Catch Fitz Griffiths, as he is affectionately known as. He's going to hope that doesn't find any catch fencing tonight. That's a quick lap there from Dustin. Quickest we've seen in a while. 13.517 on lap 1. He's going to change his line here on lap 2. See what he can come up with. Lap number 2 up. And it's better. 13.440 P2 for Dustin Griffiths. Latest qualifier we've seen to break into the top 3 there. Fantastic work by the driver of the 82. Jason Randolph now in the 047 out on the speedway. A little bit of a blink there, but he's still on track, moving quite well. 13.721 is lap number 1 for Jason. Wants to do a little better here on lap number 2. Let's see what he's got. 13.668. It is better, but only for a 14th spot there for Jason Randolph. Now, here's the man we want to see in the 222 Team City machine, Weston Newell. He's into the fence there. That's probably going to invalidate his lap, unless that was just some sort of net code that we saw. It was not. He did invalidate that lap. This is the driver that took him 5 wide and made 18 spots up in the last race we saw here at the Eldora Speedway in DOB competition. This one he got in 13.640 for Weston Newell. That's good enough for 14th spot. Lap number 1 was invalidated. Looked like he nearly had some issues going into 3 on lap number 2. Might have lifted or something just to make sure that he got a lap in. Jonathan Lowe, lap number 1, 13.786 in the DOB 20 machine. It's good enough for 17th on lap 1. Let's see what he's got on lap 2. Not any better for lap 2, so he's going to stay right there. Jacob Fields in the 027. Out on the track now. Whoa, I think he got a little bit of wall there through 3 and 4. That invalidates lap 1. These drivers right on the ragged edge, on the cushion, one step over, and all of a sudden issues happen. This lap is not going to count for Jacob either. I'm not sure if that contact was on the front stretch there as he was crossing for lap 2, or if he did indeed hit the wall in lap 2 in turn 1. But both of those laps invalidated, so tough break for Jacob Fields. Cameron Merriman's first lap of 13.492. 7th place for Cameron. Very strong last week in DOB competition at Williams Grove. Lap number 2 not going to be better, but P7 is pretty good lap time for this late in qualifying. Justin Thomas on the speedway now in the number 9 Motorsports machine. First lap for Thomas, 13.603. That's 14th quick right now. Try a little lower line here through 3 and 4. See if that helps him out just a touch. It will help him. 13.545. That brings him to P10. P10 for Thomas. Not sure how many heat races we're going to have. There will be an invert. So we got to see, you know, not necessarily wanting to be the quickest. You might want to be the 16th slowest. You never know. 18th quick for Michael Sheridan on lap 1, 13.687. Dave Blaney Sim Team machine. Second lap should be better, 13.627. That brings him to 16th quick for Michael Sheridan. Looks like we are moving on to David Flick here in the third group of qualifications. David Flick on the speedway now. Lap number 1 was a 13.8. 21st quick. Second lap, much better for Flick. 13.625 brings him to 16th quickest. And makes way for the 50 of Bo Brunig. Brunig competed in last night's Eldora DOB Dirt Derby. The NASCAR Gander trucks, as you see, Brunig hit the fence on lap 2. That's going to invalidate his lap. 13.884 is what he's going to have. But the Eldora trucks hit the speedway last night. I actually got to compete this time, which I won the Demolition Derby after the race. I think I won the Demolition Derby during the race as well. Brandon Igo on the speedway right now in the 67. James Tiernan was the man who took the victory. 100 laps in the trucks around Eldora, 13.910 for Brandon Igo. A lot of fun was had by everybody involved. Second lap for Igo. Not better, actually. So 23rd quick for Brandon Igo. Now we got a fresh new scheme on the 36 of Nathan Davis. Black Diamond team driver. Brings out a 13.721 on lap 1. That's good enough for 20th. All of these times very, very close. Davis going to try to better it here for lap 2. Not going to happen. That lap is going to be invalidated, so that is it for Nathan Davis as Dakota Kuhn takes the green flag in the 95. Kuhn going to come off a turn 4 across the timing stripe at a 13.783, 13783. Looking to better that. Currently 22nd quick. And he does ever so slightly. 13.725 moves him to 21st position. Sean Wallenfels Jr. on the speedway in the 42. Second Black Diamond driver to hit the track here tonight. 13.715 was lap 1 for Sean. Lower exit there in turn 4 is going to pay dividends, it looks like. Nope, that lap was invalidated. It's a pretty good one, 13.6. Going to be a little frustrated with that. Makes way for Aaron Schaefer in the 77. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. Facebook chat is hopping right now. Aaron Schaefer. Second lap's going to be a little quicker. 13.876 puts him 25th. As Kyle Moonen makes his lap number 1 run. Lap 1, 13.760. That's good enough for 24th. Looking to do a little bit better here. We'll see what he can do. Not going to happen for Kyle Moonen. Jeff Westergaard now takes to the speedway. Westergaard in the 166, timing in at a 14.474. Not going to do any better there for lap 2. That's 29th quickest. Makes way for John Lopresto in the 71. John's going to go with a 13.645. That's 19th quickest on lap number 1. Seems like the track's starting to go away on these drivers. Always good to get an early qualifying run. But John A, 13.551 moves him to 12th. Trying to change that trend. Now on the speedway, it is Jeremy Zarfos. Another Dave Blaney Sim Team car. 13.675. For smacking the fence there on lap 2. So that's going to be 21st quick for Mr. Zarfos. And we will see here. It's Anthony Marvulio. Makes his way across the line for lap number 1, 14.107, 31st quick for Marvulio. Second lap is better, 1:40.40. Making way for Tim Burner in the 19. Burner going to have a little bit. Well, that lap's going to be invalidated. 14.503 is going to be his best time there. Good enough for 33rd. Jonathan Smith out on the speedway in the 63 now. This is the last group of qualifiers, I do believe. Smith with a 1:4.152. Still got some fast qualifiers to go yet. Lap 2 a little bit quicker for Jonathan, 1:4.014. Tyler Curtis on the track now in the 2:05. Tyler going to cross the line 17th quick, 1:3.621. Pretty good lap one there for Tyler. Going to go right to the bottom of the track there in turn 3. A little slower, so 17th for Tyler. And fan favorite Jordan Heck going to hit the track now in the 39 machine. See that car nearly making contact with the fence off of turn 2. Cushion already building up over there. You can see how slick the facility is getting. 1:4.250 lap number 1 for Jordan. 34th quick so far. Lap number 2 will be invalidated, so that'll be it for him. Shea Palo out on the speedway. Brand new elbows up Sim Sport driver. Ooh, he's going to get you a little bit of the fence there on lap 1. That's not very good. And lap 2 as well. Both laps going to be invalidated here. Not what Shea wanted to see. He's going to have a lot of work to do throughout the night tonight. Unfortunate turn of events there for him. John Bragman in the 017. Qualifying winding down here. Quick time still belongs to the 40 of Cole Cabre at a 1:3.429. That's the time that everybody's shooting for. Nobody getting close right now. 1:4.079 lap 1 for Bragman. He's going to do a little better, it looks like. 1:4.025. That puts him 33rd. Now on the track in the 3, it's Ayrton Steven Janettin. (1:3.647). 617 for lap number 1. 1:3.617. Good enough for 17th spot right now. Out there making America great again. Second lap's quicker, 1:3.590. Good enough for 1 spot better. Now on the track in the 292, it is Peyton Grease, the Shark, turning his laps here. I do believe Peyton invalidated his lap, so unfortunate for Peyton. Makes way for Trey Schmidt, driver who came away with a victory last week. Actually swept both of the Wingless Wednesday races, if I am not mistaken. 13.605 for Trey. That is 17th quick. See what lap 2 holds for him. Not going to be quicker. So 17th spot is where Trey will stay. Brandon Steele in the 5, one of the final qualifiers here. One 3.963 for Brandon. 34th quick at the moment. Can do a little bit better. 139.03 on lap number 2. Looks like Chris Roberts will be our final qualifier here, coming across the line for lap number 1. 14.051. That's 38th quick here. Alex Smolders and Jeff Flaro unable to turn a lap. Final lap for Chris is quicker, 13.918. That puts him 35th, and that is it for qualifications. Quick time in the 40. Cole Cabre, Swindell Speed Labs on the top of the timesheets here early on in the evening. But we will be moving into the heat races here shortly. Making sure everybody who wanted to qualify did. I do know there's those 2 drivers that were unable to get out there on track. Normally the DOB will give you 1 lap if you miss your assigned qualification time. But no go here. So we're going to get ready for heat races. I think we've got about 46, 47 cars doing battle here tonight. It is 410 sprint car action all week long. Yes, sir, Colton. This is the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. Special event here this week. Putting on the King's Royal. This is where the pros play every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. See all the pro teams represented in DOB competition. Peyton in the Facebook chat. A little tough go for you there. 47 entries tonight as we advance into the heat races. It looks like I misspoke as well. No invert for your heats tonight. So our quick qualifier, Cole Cabre, is going to start P1 here in heat race number 1. Yeah, Colton, sometimes the officials are a little rough. You like to find a nice league where you can have some fun and get great competition. You can do that in DOB for sure, but you better bring your A game because it's hard to do anything if you are not very, very quick behind the wheel of a dirt sprint car or a midget. We saw that, Ayrton. So we are getting ready here, waiting for Craig Dunn and Alex Smolders to join the lobby. We didn't see Smolders in qualifying, so we might not see him here in the heat race. But Dunny we did see, so we'd expect him to get going here momentarily. I'm strictly commentating here tonight, Colton. They relegated me to the booth. See, I'm so good at this, at these sprint cars, that they could not allow me to compete. It was bringing morale down. So they put me in the booth, and they paid me money and said, you stay up there and let us have some fun. And, you know, it's a little frustrating, but, you know, I want everybody to have a good time. And if you believe that, I've got some other stuff to sell you. So, let's talk about our heat race number 1 lineup. On the pole in the Swindell Speed Lab machine, it is Cole Cabre and his outside Team SETI driver, Craig Dunn in the 57. Kevin Hanley and Ayrton Jennerton in row number 2. With Michael Sheridan and Nathan Davis, row number 3. Aaron Schaefer, Jonathan Smith, row 4. And rounding out your field in the 19, it is Tim Berner. 5 heat races here tonight. Take a look. Top 3 will advance to the A main. Everybody else has to go to the soup. Hanley having a little bit of blinking issue, but looks like he's good to go now. We're going to go for 10 laps off of turn number 4. Top 3 moving on. Cole Cabre gives him green. No problems for Cabre getting out front. A little bit of issue there for Craig Dunn. You saw him in the fence down the front stretch. He's got Michael Sheridan to his inside. Dunn currently in the 3rd spot. That is the final transfer. You see Ayrton working the top, trying to get that Trump train around the 57. Down to the bottom of the speedway. No slider. He's going to try to stick it down there. Nathan Davis working the outside. He got around the 15 of Sheridan. Now he's pulling up to the back of the 57. Going to try to be patient. Dunn working a line lower, sliding up into the cushion, but he hopped off it there for a second. He banged it a little too hard. Didn't seem to cost him there, but now Davis has a run. Nathan still being patient. Cabre out front has a sizable advantage. Kevin Hanley in 2nd. The race is for 3rd here. Here comes Davis on the inside on Dunn. Can he hold it? It's going to slide up the track. Dunn's going to try the over-under. Not going to happen. Nathan Davis in the Black Diamond machine moves into the 3rd spot, and Michael Sheridan coming with him. Dave Blaney's Sim Team machine. Sheridan to the bottom of the racetrack. Let's see if he's going to pull the slider in 1 and 2. He does. Davis going to have to fight back. Oh, there's a little contact off of 2. Really surprised that it turned out that well. Seemed like Sheridan's car banged off the cushion coming off of 2, which brought him down a little bit into Davis. Davis seemed to be sliding up as well. The 2 met in the middle. Meanwhile, out front, taking the white flag, Cole Cabre driving off into the distance. He's going to win heat race number 1. Kevin Hanley coming home in 2nd. And looks like Michael Sheridan's going to take the final transfer into tonight's A main. Nathan Davis 4th and Craig Dunn 5th. We'll move on to the B main. You can see Davis not exactly happy with Sheridan. Giving him a little love tap, saying, hey, dude, come on now. I don't think there was much Michael could do about that. Just lost a little bit of control there. Yeah, there will most likely be a D main, C, and then a B, Colton. Plenty of chances to get into tonight's race, but ever so hard to do so. You really want to make the show through the heats. You absolutely do. Not to mention, other than the fact that the competition is so high in the lesser mains. But you got to think of it this way. The guy that won that heat, Cole Cabre, he is going to start on the pole in tonight's feature event. He earned that through that heat race win. Second place in heat race number 1 starts 6th. And then it's 11th for third place. So you got to think, if you want one of those top 15 spots, you have got to make it through your heat race. And if you don't, the best place you can do is to win the B main, and you're going to start 16th. So you still got a hell of a long way to go if you're going to compete for a podium finish or a win here tonight. So you need a good starting spot, unless you're God tier level like some of these guys who could start at the back and make a lot of passes. Let's talk about heat race number 2 on the pole in the number 82. It is Dustin Griffiths, and to his outside in the 346, Cameron Merriman. John Lepresto and Trey Schmidt make up row number 2, with Weston Newell and Dakota Kuhn row 3, Bo Brunig and John Bragman row 4, and rounding out your field, it is the Shark, Peyton Grease. Peyton made fun of me in the chat, so we're going to hope he crashes here. No, we wouldn't wish that on anybody, but he's got a long way to go. He invalidated his qualifying laps, starting dead last here, but he's got to get to third if he wants to make the A main with an automatic berth. Dustin Griffith, great start for Dustin. Problems for Merriman getting off the line. He's going to lose 2 spots right off the bat, so put him to 4th. Now out of the transfer. Weston Newell currently holds on to that 3rd spot. He's got the final transfer right now. It is John Lepresto in 2nd, trying to track down the 82 of Griffiths. Everybody rolling that high line. Now Lepresto is going to try a little bit of a slider line through 3 and 4. The 346 of Merriman has recovered. He's going to start to set his sights on Weston Newell. See if we can ride along with Mr. Merriman, see what he's seeing. Plenty of moisture still on the track. You can hear him flat in the gas. But that cushion starting to thin out. Weston Newell with the slider there on Lepresto. We'll see if Lepresto can battle back. We're seeing it through Merriman's eyes right now. Get back up front. Weston has taken control of that 2nd spot. Lepresto running that lower line. I don't know if that car's not really working really well for Lepresto on the top, but he's trying some different things, and that's allowing Cameron Merriman to catch him. Looked like Merriman hit the wall there going into turn 3. So you can see these drivers struggling with the conditions. Hey, let's give a shout out here to Peyton Grease, who has made his way through the field. Currently in 5th is Peyton, as he's doing battle with John Bragman there. Oh, wow! Just as soon as we talk good about him, issues for the 92 of Grease. No caution as of yet. Now we get a caution. Ah, that announcer's curse, man. I tell you what. It's just absolutely fantastic. Let's watch Grease coming off to the outside. Bragman slides up. Grease going down. Not the way that you want to meet off of turn 4 at Eldora. But that's how it happened, and that's how heat race number 2 is going to finish. Dustin Griffith's going to be your race winner. 2nd place belongs to the 222 of Weston Newell. And John Lepresto, I don't want to say that he got a get-out-of-jail-free card, but we've seen him struggle there just a touch. Merriman was starting to catch him. So I think he's going to be pretty happy with when that caution flag come out. Going to take away that final transfer spot here as we finish this lap. Colton getting his first taste of the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League here tonight. You are in for a treat, my friend. If you've not seen any of these races, you just wait. Special thing about the DOB is they do not reset the track at any point throughout the night. So every lap turned is a lap that this track is going to get wore out. And by the end of the night, these guys are really going to be driving hard, using their best throttle control techniques, because there's not going to be much grip out there for anybody. When I say this is the top level of dirt racing leagues, there's no question. Now, we don't have our normal large field that we have for the points races. This is a special event, but you're talking about all the big teams: Swindell Speed Labs, KKR Racing. You've got the Dave Blaney sim team, the Craig Kinzer sim team, James Tiernan out there holding the elbows up sim sport flag. He's currently top 3 in points in both Race 1 and Race 2 leagues in 410 competition. You got Team SETI drivers out there. So, heat race number 3 on the track now. On the pole in the 98, it is James Tiernan, and to his outside, Swindell Speed Lab driver Kendall Tucker. Tyson Landis and Jeffrey Stewart make up row number 2, with Jason Randolph and Curtis Merriman row number 3. Brandon Steele and Anthony Marvulio row 4, and rounding out your field in the 090 or the 027, is Jacob Fields. 10 more laps of racing action here. Top 3 will advance to the main event. Everybody else to the lesser mains. James Tiernan has control. He's going to bring him down off of turn number 4. Great start for James. Kendall Tucker having to make way for Tyson Landis there on the bottom. Landis is going to squeeze up in front of him. Tucker able to hold off Randolph for third. Landis making a big charge, looking to take a bite out of the 98 there. Goes to the bottom of the track. Kendall Tucker had a really good run there, making the slider stick. Landis has to fight back here. Gonna have to leave the 39 room, and they're gonna come together in turn 1. Tucker into the fence. No caution. You saw Tucker hit the fence off of 4, brought him down into the 31. We are now watching the battle for the transfer position. Brandon Steele has it. Jeffrey Stewart wants it. He had to do a little protective driving there as Randolph was trying to make waves to the inside of turn number 1 there. You see Tucker trying to fight back. He's got to get 2 more positions to make his way into the A main straight through the heat here. James Tiernan has a sizable advantage out front. Tyson Landis in second. Brandon Steele third, who is getting chased down by Jeffrey Stewart and Kendall Tucker. Tucker goes to the outside. He's going to make his way around the 72. So he's got a few laps left. Ooh, problems for Landis into the fence. He gets it gathered up. We're going to watch Tucker, see if he can run down the 5 of Brandon Steele. Not working right now, but he's still got some time left. 3 laps left in this race. Steele has the final transfer. Kendall Tucker wants it. He was in the show before contact with the fence and the 31 of Landis put him farther back in this race. But it looks like he's going to run out of time. James Tiernan crossing the line for the white flag right now. Tyson Landis in second spot. Tucker making a valiant effort to catch the 5 car. He's closed the gap. Going to put a big slide on here through 3 and 4. It's not going to be enough. Brandon Steele is going to take home the final transfer spot as James Tiernan wins heat race number 3. Colton, I do not believe you have to have a minimum safety rating or I rating to join the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. You can search it in the league directory. It is Chris Roberts, who is the admin for the league. And he will get you in. A lot of these drivers are A licensed drivers. definitely high I ratings in these races. Let me give you a few examples here. Your pole sitter sitting on 48.45, 39.27 for Tyler Curtis. So big numbers in I rating, and they do get bigger in this league, that's for sure. On the pole, he is the points leader for race number 1 competition here in the Dirty Old Bastards 410 League. Skylar Brown in the 10, and to his outside in the 79, it's Billy Rowley. Taylor Howell and Tyler Curtis make up row number 2, with Jeremy Zarfos and Kyle Moonen row number 3. And rounding out your field is the 67 of Brandon Igo and the 39 of Jordan Hack. 10 laps distance, heat race number 4, top 3 advance. We've seen great starts and restarts from the race leader. Second place has struggled all night. We'll see if Billy Rowley can do something with it here. He cannot. Taylor Howell has the run up the inside. Zarfo's going to try as well, but Rowley on the top side has the momentum off of turn number 2. Those two side by side down into turn 3. Give second to Rowley as Brown starts to build a gap there on second place. Now it is Jeremy Zarfos in the 19 trying to make his way around Howell. Howell has the final transfer spot. He's going to make some contact with the fence. That's going to allow Zarfos to put the slider on him. He leaves room for Howell, who comes back on the outside. I don't think he's going to leave room here this next time. He does. Might have cost him. Those two staying side by side there. Real gentlemanly racing for the final transfer, but that's going to change here soon as the laps wind down. Going to get a little more cutthroat. You see Hal into the fence once more off of turn number 4. That's going to give room to Zarfos, who's going to take it and then hit the wall himself. Zarfos off of turn 2 makes contact. He loses a lot of time and 3 positions. Had the transfer momentarily. Now he's sitting in 5th spot. Zarfos has recovered, but he's got a lot of ground to make up if he wants to find himself in the A main. Taylor Howell now doing battle with Tyler Curtis. Curtis was around him just for a moment, but Howell regains the 3rd spot as the laps wind down here in heat race number 4. Brown out front, starting to really pull away from the 79 of Billy Rowley. Trying to find a good line there. Taylor Howell in 3rd. Has a decent gap there on 4th place, so he's feeling pretty good. No mistakes. And he'll find himself in the A main. Skylar Brown out front. White flag in the air. He's got 2 corners to put himself on the outside of row number 2 for tonight's feature. Going to try the bottom side there just on the final lap, see what it's got. Good stuff for Taylor Brown, or Skylar Brown, who wins. Billy Rowley in 2nd, and Taylor Howell comes home in 3rd. I am showing Zarfos in 4th. I do believe he got around and back up into 4th spot. Unfortunate for Zarfos, who's had a run of bad luck here recently. Yeah, Garrett Pepiet mentioning that in the chat as I was speaking it. Very fast driver at Williams Grove. He was up front multiple times for the 360s and 410s and always found bad luck this last week, and looks like it's going to continue here tonight. At least for the start, anyway. Hopefully Zarfos gets a little good luck here coming up. Final heat race here tonight on the track now. Yes, you do, Jared. Yes, you do, my friend. It's important for everybody to get involved. I tell you what, if you are a new iRacing customer, hit me up in a message either on Facebook or Twitter, and I will set you up with a free 3-month card courtesy of Tim Sims. Tim Sims sent me some cards for new customers. Doesn't work for previous customers, but I can get you set up for a free 3-month trial. So, heat race number 5, Anthony Lepresto and Justin Thomas on the front row. Kyle Stoltz and David Flick, row 2. Sean Wallenfels and Jonathan Lowe, row 3. Chris Roberts and Jeff Westergaard, row 4. And rounding out your field, the man who had a lot of bad luck there in qualifying, Shea Paolo. 10 laps, top 3 advance, final heat race of the evening. Anthony Lepresto gives them green. Thomas to the high side of the track has second spot, and he's got to run on Lepresto down the backstretch. Will he try the slider? Yes, he will. Going to stay at the bottom of the track, though, because the caution flag waves. Not sure if he was in the lead when it come out or not. The caution flies for Sean Wallenfels. Here's the replay. Hits the inside fence, across the track in front of David Flick. And looks like he got a pretty good shot from Jeff Westergaard there as well. So that is it for the number 42 in the heat race. Looking at Westergaard, who lost the entire front end of his car, front wing and engine cowling. So that car not going to handle the way he wants it. Lepresto, your race leader, so he was in the lead when the caution flag flew. Thomas in second, Kyle Stoltz third. Fourth place right now belongs to Chris Roberts. Jonathan Lowe fifth. Shea Paolo made up 3 spots there. So he's in this race now. Caution flag laps do count in the heat races and lesser mains, but they will not count for tonight's 30-lap A main. See the positions changed in this race so far. I'm going to go back to green, this time by working lap number 5. Lepresto has control. You saw Thomas had a really good start there and had a run on Lepresto going into turn 3. We'll see if he can duplicate that here as we go back green for heat race number 5. He really did. Thomas got a great start there as well. And a dive to the bottom of the track. Once again, take a run at our race leader. Lepresto having to give way to Thomas, but he's going to try to fight back off of turn number 4, looking for a slider going into 1. He gets up to the cushion. Thomas cuts under and has a really good run down the back. That's Justin Thomas clearing the 57 and taking control of the race lead. Right now, it is Kyle Stoltz in the transfer spot. Chris Roberts taking it away there. Stoltz going to fight back on the bottom. Near contact between those cars. Shea Paolo is behind him in 5th as the caution flag waves. Unfortunate break, because I do believe that is going to end heat race number 5. 2 cautions coming out. See if we can back it up. I think it was David Flick who had issues there. He had some damage. He's going to try to get into the pits. Making contact with the attenuator there. That's a weak caution if you ask me, but the leaders were coming up on Flick's position on the racetrack, so the iRacing Sim throwing the caution flag. And that will be the end of heat race number 5. So Justin Thomas going to take the top spot. Anthony Lepresto second. Kyle Stoltz the final transfer spot, as Chris Roberts and Shea Paolo will be relegated to tonight's B main. Drip and Rip, thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate that. Oh, no, you're dancing with Donnie, brother. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. You know, sometimes the iRacing simulation does not send the information over to the App Engineer TV overlay. I'm not sure why that is. Edens is another driver that never shows up. Never does. I tell you what, that's a good guy to dance with this week. If you got a favorite for King's Royal competition, it normally that driver of the 15 Tony Stewart racing machine, because Edens knows he's in the way. Well, the man, he never qualifies for that reason either. He normally makes his way through the field, but we got to talk to that boy about his qualifying. Anyone but shots. I got to tell you, if I was a betting man, which I am not, you give me one driver, the odds are on Sir Donnie. Got some PA Posse love in the Twitch chat. We've got some Posse boys here. That Dave Blaney sim team is somewhat PA based. Drip and Rip saying Sweet would be his pick. Gravels definitely will be in the running. And then you've got the guys that run pretty well at Eldora as well, like the Madsons, and Marks was very quick last season. Schuhart, very good at Eldora. Lot of favorites out there, but if you think that the 15 isn't on the top of the list, gonna have to disagree. Jonathan Smith and Dakota Kuhn, front row here for the D main. Jacob Fields, Jordan Hack, David Flick, Tim Burner, Trey Schmidt, Curtis Merriman, Sean Wallenfels rounds out your field in 9th. Do believe it is the top 2 advancing to the C main, so very, very complicated to make your way into the C out of the D. You got to be in the top 2. We're going to see who those 2 drivers are coming off of turn 4 right now. 10 laps the distance. Here we go. Smith got a good start, but found the fence going into turn number 1. He lost 2 spots there. See him 3 wide. Schmidt on the inside is going to take 3rd spot as Smith fights back there. 3 wide down into turn number 1 as they are racing for the lead as well. Dakota Kuhn trying to make his way around, but Jacob Fields is the man holding the top spot right now. Schmidt sliding flick there for 3rd. He controls the final. No, actually it is top 2, so he doesn't have the final transfer, but he's side by side with Kuhn, and he's going to take it here in turn 3. Kuhn could do nothing but watch as the 12 machine flies by and continues off in the distance. He set his sights on the 27 of Jacob Fields. Fields out front. Schmidt has the final transfer spot. It is David Flick in 3rd. These guys working the bottom right now. Not liking the high side. They saw Schmidt down there making it work, so they figure, yeah, let's give it a shot. Curtis Merriman has made his way up from the rear of the field in 5th. Sean Wallenfels now in 6th. But like we said, you got to be at the top 2 here. This is why it's so important to make your way through to the A main. Problems for Dakota Kuhn, who runs into the back of Flick. It's going to allow Wallenfels around the outside, but you got to get into the A through your heat so you avoid these problems. You see Wallenfels on the outside takes away that 3rd spot. Merriman now holding down 4th, but the lap's going away. 2 laps left. Jacob Fields out front has had control of this race from lap number 2. And now he's looking at a berth into the C main. Trey Schmidt behind him, happy with where he's at. These 2 drivers Gonna move on in tonight's events. Jacob Fields, your winner of the D main. And second place belongs to Trey Schmidt. Fantastic battle there in the C, or the D, sorry. Now we move on to the C main. Everybody loading in to the C main here. A lot of talent out there on the racing surface. A couple of guys that struggled, or not necessarily struggled, but had problems in their heat race that ended up here even though they have fast cars. Craig Dunn had a rough start in heat race number 1 and found himself dropping back quickly and was unable to recover. He is sitting on the pole here for the C main. 12 laps to distance, top 2 advance to the B. John Bragman in the 017 to his outside. Jason Randolph and Kyle Moonen make up row number 2. Jonathan Lowe and Ayrton Geniton, row 3. Peyton Grease and Anthony Marvulio, row 4, with Brandon Igo and Jeff Westergaard, row 5. And then it's your D main drivers, Jacob Fields and Trey Schmidt, rounding out the field. 2 extra laps now for these guys to do battle, but they're going to go awful quick. Hopefully we don't have any cautions, because that will further limit these guys' ability to move their way forward. Craig Dunn has control. He's going to give them green off of turn 4. Wow, great start for Dunny. Oh, problems for Lowe, who's made contact with Peyton Grease. Upside down, Marvulio and Igo involved as well. Big problems on lap number 1, turn 1. Let's watch this as Lowe goes down into 1. He's going to get turned by Peyton Grease, who pushes him up the track into Marvulio. Brandon Igo, wrong place, wrong time as well. Jeff Westergaard. Looks like Grease was able to continue, but plenty of those drivers not. Sure, Peyton claiming that caution after contact. He's going to be at the rear of the field anyway. Only 8 cars on the track right now. He is the final car out there. Unfortunate turn of events, taking out some quick cars there in turn number 1 and shortening the green flag laps that are possible for us here. Geniton up 3 spots, putting himself in that 3rd spot. Outside looking in right now, but he's got a good chance here to put a run on Randolph. We're going to go green this time by working lap 5 here in the C main. Once again, top 2 advance. So no time to waste for the guys not in the top 2. Great start for Dunny. Terrible start for Randolph, who gives way to the 3 of Ayrton. Going to try to fight back here on the inside. He's going to put the slider on. Geniton now with the over-under. Oh, and a big crash down the front stretch. That's Moonen upside down. The 017 as well. It's John Bragman. Caution flag flies. Let's back this up, see what happens. These guys 3 wide with Trey Schmidt. Off of turn 4. Bragman into the fence and comes across the track after contact with Jacob Fields. Nowhere for Moonen to go. take a look at what he saw here. How quickly things can change. Moon in here on the bottom of the track. Why me? What do? Absolutely nothing. You crash. No way around it. So once again, we are under caution. The man who made his way forward, Ayrton Ginedin. Could be Ginedin. I doubt it. I don't know. I normally get him wrong. It very well could be. But he's the man in the final transfer spot right now. Craig Dunn holding down that top spot. We are going to go back green in this race. Going to have one more shot to make their way into the top two in tonight's B main. A lot more cars going to transfer through the B main. So if you can get in the B, you stand a pretty good shot of making your way through to the A. Craig Dunn going to bring that Team SETI machine to the green flag one more time here in the C main. We'll see if he can hold on. He had a great start on both the start and restart. Going to double it up here. Ayrton on the bottom of the racetrack. Has second spot, but Randolph's got to run on the outside. Let's see if Randolph pulls the slide job through 3 and 4. He does. That 3 car with the over-under contact for Randolph. Another caution is out, and that is going to end the heat race. I do believe that was Jacob Fields. We see the replay here. Fields was looking to make his move. He thought he had an opening there off of turn 4. That opening closed when the 047 went sideways. Probably a little aggressive there. And paying the price is Jacob Fields. Most of this race run under the caution flag. But what's done is done. And done, which that's terrible that I said that, is the guy who is going to take home the C main here tonight. And he and Ayrton Ginedin going to make their way to tonight's B main, where we will transfer 9 drivers out of 12 through to the A. So look at that. How complicated was it to make your way through the D? Guys like Wallenfels, unable to make the show. Then you'd only take 2 drivers out of the C main, and all of a sudden now we've got 9 drivers going to go through to the B. Or to the A, sorry. I tell you what, there's a hell of a lot of talent here in this race. On the pole, in the Dirty Dick's Black Diamond machine, in the 36, it is Nathan Davis. And to his outside in the 346, it's Cameron Merriman. Kendall Tucker in the Swindell Speed Lab machine, inside row number 2 with Jeremy Zarfos for the Dave Blaney Sim team on his outside. Chris Roberts in the DOB 93 with his teammate Aaron Schaefer, outside row number 3. Bo Brunig and the Elbows Up Sim Sport driver of Jeffrey Stewart make up row number 4. Tyler Curtis in the 205 and Shea Paolo to his outside in row 5. And Craig Dunn and Ayrton Ginedin rounding out your field. 3 of these drivers will go home. It's going to be an interesting race. These drivers know only 3 guys are going to miss out. So how aggressive will they be? Of course you want to get the best starting spot you can for the A main, but if you do some sort of maneuver that puts your car in danger and you end up upside down, then you're the odd man out. An interesting dynamic for 14 laps of a B main right here. We're going to watch Nathan Davis give him green off of turn 4. Great start for Davis. He's going to slide up to the cushion. Cameron Merriman has Kendall Tucker to his inside. You see behind him, they're fanning out at the rear of the field. Merriman has caught Davis. Kendall Tucker working a lower line, making it work right now. He's side by side with Merriman for second into turn 3. You can see Zarfos coming with him. So look at the back of the field here. Dunn has made his way into 8th. Shea Pallow as well, 9th. Those are the guys that are currently in the transfers. Plenty of time left here. Problems for Shea, who's going to make contact with Brunig there. Jeniton got the transfer away from him. Back out front, Zarfos working the bottom there. He was to the inside of Tucker, but looks like Tucker has cleared the 19. Best looking car in the race, I've got to say. Say it every week. I can't help myself. But the race for the lead is heating up now. Nathan Davis getting run down by the 346 of Cameron Merriman. Looked like Merriman had a little bit of a slip there, lost some time. Peyton saying he hates Eldora with a burning passion. Can become a one-lane racetrack at times. But once this track wears out here tonight, you're going to start to see some different lines being utilized. That cushion's going to get rough before it's all over. You can see Merriman coming off of turn 4 getting a little crossed up, but he is quicker than Davis right now. He's trying some different things. We want to watch the race for the lead, but we've also got a race for the transfer spot. Jeniton has it right now. You can see him working the bottom. Shea Pallow in the 21 wants to get up there and do battle. Very, very close for the 9th spot, but we've got a caution. Ooh, Kendall Tucker. Man who is out front. Let's watch this. 3rd place, Kendall Tucker. Down the backstretch here, he's going to find some trouble in 3 and 4. Wow, that car just stepped out on him. Got into the cushion wrong. Zarfos ending up making contact with that car. Tucker was okay until that point. But you can see he lost his front wing in the melee. It's a good thing that we're taking 9 cars here tonight because Tucker has a chance to recover here. But actually, looks like that shot from Zarfos put too much damage on that car. He is exited to the pit, so Kendall Tucker's night is over. Now, that gives the 9th place spot to Shea Pallow. The final transfer now belongs to the 21 car. And the man on the outside looking in is Tyler Curtis. Bo Brunig as well. Outside looking in here. These two drivers going to have to do something here on this restart to continue their evening with the DOB Racing League. Nathan Davis out front. Davis, Merriman, Zarfos, your top 3. Roberts now moves into 4. Schaefer in 5th. Dunny up 5. Ayrton up 4. Restart now with 2 laps left in this race. Davis got a good jump there. A little bit of a gap there on Merriman. Pallow right now has control of the 9th spot. He's going to get around Jeniton, or try to, as the white flag flies. Davis out front through the middle of the track. He's going to hold on and win the B main. And the final transfer spot going to end up going to the 21 of Shea Pallow. Curtis and Brunig unable to make it as we go into the 2-minute warm-up here. 5-minute warm-up, sorry. We're going to line them up for tonight's A main. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you that Wicked Energy Gum is a boost of energy, alertness, and focus in a chew. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to take effect and is a cheaper and healthier alternative to energy drinks and shots that fill you with calories and sugar. Wicked Energy Gum is made in the USA, and the best part of it all is that for every pack you buy, they make a donation to the Cognitive Warriors Foundation, who focuses on improving access to quality health care for active and former U.S. military men and women who suffer from depression and PTSD. Just go to wickedenergygum.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. Four wide salute. From the DOB as we get ready for Joker's Wild Competition, Night 1 of the DOB Advanced Motorsports Speed and Custom Kings Royal. Live on twitch.tv/elbowstv. We're live on the DOB Facebook and YouTube page, as well as my personal Facebook page. We got 30 green flag laps of 410 virtual sprint car action coming your way. These guys giving you the salute that you deserve. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us here on Twitch and Facebook. Shout out who you think's going to take home tonight's victory. This track is much different than it was in the heat races, and now the driver is going to get a chance to try it out. Riding along with James Tiernan. The Elbows Up Sim Sport number 98. Looking at Cole Cabre and Skylar Brown out the front of his car. James currently 10th quickest. Now moves up to 3rd quickest in the warm-up. Skylar Brown currently 2nd. Weston Newell 4th. Ayrton Geniton 2nd. B main driver. Now Skylar Brown takes that top spot. I want to remind you that Wicked Relief Gum is your daily dose of CBD in the form of a chew. Each piece is 10 milligrams of CBD and absorbs 5 times faster than other products, whether it's pain, inflammation, anxiety, or insomnia. Wicked Relief Gum offers quick and easy relief. Go to wickedgumcbd.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the sponsors that make it possible to give these broadcasts and put on these events. You can see them down there in the corner as well. Big thank you to Advanced Motorsports Speed and Custom coming on board for the Kings Royal broadcast. Skylar Brown, top spot, quickest in the warm-up. James Tiernan was 3rd. 2nd place, Justin Thomas. A lot of quick laps being turned. And we are getting ready for tonight's main event, the A main feature. On tap, 30 laps around the virtual Eldora Speedway. POA Music, Colton 3C, thank you for the follows. Appreciate that. Glad you could come on board with us and witness some of the best dirt racers in the simulation do battle here in the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. Let's talk about our starting lineup as everybody loads in. Starting to roll now on the pole in the Swindell Speed Lab machine. It is Cole Cabray. And outside of him in the 82, it's Dustin Griffiths. James Tiernan and Skylar Brown make up row number 2 with Justin Thomas and Kevin Hanley row 3. Weston Newell and Tyson Landis, the teammates, in row 4. Billy Rowley and Anthony Lepresto, row 5. Michael Sheridan and John Lepresto. Brandon Steele, Taylor Howell. Kyle Stoltz, Nathan Davis. Cameron Merriman, Chris Roberts. Jeremy Zarfos, Craig Dunn. Aaron Schaefer and Ayrton Jennington. And Jeffrey Stewart and Shea Pallow round out your field. 24 cars, 30 laps the distance. One man will stand on top of the Joker's Wild Night of the DOB Advanced Motorsports Speed and Custom Kings Royal Competition. We're going green, this time by Cole Cabray. Has control of the field off of turn number 4. Get ready. We're in for some excitement for sure. Here we go. Great start for Cole. Problems for Dustin Griffiths. He gives way to Tiernan and Justin Thomas. He's trying to fight back here. You can see Skylar Brown giving him a little bit of a love tap there. Tiernan going to get slid by Thomas. Makes contact with Griffiths, who makes contact with Rowley. Somehow all of those guys survive. One car did not, however. That is Ayrton Jennington, who had a little bit of an issue there as the caution flag waves. Let's see what happens. Similar to what happened to Tucker there. Just over the cushion in turn 3, that car steps out on him as the car bottomed out. And that brings out our first caution. Lucky for him, no damage on that machine. He's going to stay right there in the rear of the field. And we are going to reset. Lap 33 will become our white flag lap. Caution flag laps do not count here in tonight's A-Main. Justin Thomas up 3 spots right now. Sitting in third place, that is Weston Newell, another driver whose name hardly ever shows up for us here. Dustin Griffiths and Tiernan heading the wrong direction so far. But now they got a chance to reset, get those cars pointed in the right direction. Will be a single file restart. Saw that plain white car from Cole last week as well. Not sure if he's got a Trading Paints issue or if he just likes that straight white look. It's been doing him pretty good. And right now, he's in the catbird seat. I'm going to see what these guys have for him here as we go back green this time. Justin Thomas currently in second. Weston Newell. These guys looking to get a good jump there. You can see Thomas kind of laying back. It's going to hurt him. Good start for Cole. Thomas able to make a little bit of ground there in turn 1. Weston Newell through the middle up to the cushion there. Thomas was able to get a slider in on Cole. Cole going to fight back here through 1 and 2. Thomas protecting the bottom there as Weston Newell looked to make a move as well. And he's going to get around Cole once more. This time, Cole pulls level down the front stretch. Great battle for the lead in the early stages as these drivers trade it back and forth. Now the problem for Cole is the fact that Weston Newell gets a run on him, and the caution flag is going to wave. Problems for Cameron Merriman Actually, his problems came before. There is the big problem. That's Aaron Schaefer, who got upside down and is now out of this race, unable to get that car back on all fours. See if we can see Nathan Davis there on the outside of the track. He was in the fence. Schaefer hits the inside wall and goes across the track. Very unfortunate for the driver of the 77 there. Let's go back out front. White flag lap moves to lap 36. You can see the man who started on the pole now sitting in third. Justin Thomas was able to get around him, and before Cole could fight back that final time, Weston Newell made a move on the inside. And as the caution flag waved, he was in front of the driver of the Swindell Speed Lab machine. So now Cole has to fight from a little deeper in this field. Thomas now with control of the race. Weston Newell, a driver who admittedly really likes the Eldora Speedway on iRacing. It's been good to him recently. We'll see if it can continue to be good as we go forward in this race. We're going green this time by. Justin Thomas has the field. Decent start for Justin. Weston goes to the bottom of the track. He's going to continue to work the bottom here. Will that open the door for Cole Cabray? Not so far. Weston slides up right on the back bumper. Cole went down the track, causing problems for Skylar Brown. Those two cars made contact. Now Skylar's going to get the slide job from Billy Rowley, and he is all the way back to 9th. No such issues for Cole, who now looks to go to the outside. Oh, problems there in 3 and 4. We saw one car upside down. That's Brandon Steele. Get the instant replay here. He was behind that large battle that Skylar Brown was pushed back into. Once again, the turn 3 cushion biting these drivers. That car bottoms out and turns sideways. Kyle Stoltz made contact with him. I am amazed at how many guys are really struggling with turn 3 here tonight. White flag lap moves to lap 39. Justin Thomas out front, up 4 spots. Weston Newell right there. You saw those guys doing battle once more. James Tiernan was starting to look pretty racy there as well, but you look behind him, Anthony LaPresto is up 5 spots. He's moved his way into this battle for the lead. All those guys were really close to each other. So we're going to see what they got here as we restart working lap 17. Thomas, the Mode Motorsports driver, making that 9 look pretty good. This track will continue to change. Can he change with it as we go forward? Thomas with the start. Newell able to stay right with him. Great start from the SETI driver, who's working the middle. Cuts down to the bottom off of turn 2. You can see Cole on the high side trying to make his way forward. Caution flag waves once more. Is that an issue from Tyson Landis? Yes, it is. Let's watch this driver go down into turn 1. Griffiths into the fence, which turns Landis in front of the 79 of Rowley. Looked like Sheridan got a little bit of that as well. Landis is done. Let's see if we can get on board with Mr. Rowley here. Nothing you can really do. Typical Eldora crash. Hard to miss them for sure. A lot of caution flags early on here. These guys getting the jitters out. The Field is thinning, however. Look, there's the big thing right there. Somehow Cole Cabre was able to get around Weston Newell for second spot before that caution flag waved. Of course, in normal dirt racing, the order will revert to the previous lap so that you cannot lose a position due to a caution flag like you can on iRacing. In iRacing, it freezes the field as soon as the caution flag waves. So if Cole's putting a slide job on Weston or just happens to have a nose ahead of Weston, he's going to get that spot. And that's what happened there before the caution flag waved. We're going back green here, working lap 21. Weston got a good jump there. He's going to the inside of Cole here off of turn 2. Looks like Cole's going to hold that spot. Ooh, problems for Thomas. He had an issue with the turn 3 cushion. That gives Cole the outside. Let's see if he can carry that momentum through. But it doesn't look like he's able to take advantage. You can see there's still a lot of good traction there on the bottom. Weston Newell's been using it. Justin Thomas was able to use it there. See James Tiernan getting awful racy behind that Team Steady driver. He's going to slide to the middle of the track. Weston goes under him. Lepresto fighting into this battle, as well as Skylar Brown. Oh, now problems for Brown. He runs into the back of the 222, catches the 57 of Lepresto. Big contact for the 15 of Sheridan. And we are cautioned once more. Watch as Brown goes to the inside. He's going to slide up the track. Weston Newell there. And that causes a huge incident down the front stretch, taking out a lot of fast cars. Brown's car not wanting to turn. We're going to have to see who was able to survive. He's still out there on the track. Sheridan's currently in 9th. Without a front wing. You can see Rowley, he's got damage to his front wing there in 7th. Jeffrey Stewart has made his way up to 12th from 23rd. Let's reset at the front of the field. James Tiernan inheriting 3rd place from that contact between Brown and Weston Newell. Kevin Hanley up to the top 5 now. John Lepresto making his way forward as well. White flag lap now moves to lap 45. We're going green this time by. Justin Thomas really wants to see some green flag laps. He's continued to have to defend here on these restarts. We'll see if he can do it once more off of turn 4. Here we go. Newell and Tiernan making a little bit of contact. They're 3 wide with Hanley through 1 and 2. Looks like Newell's going to get that spot. Tiernan on the high side of the track trying to battle back. He's going to dive to the bottom there. Newell kind of cutting his line away as Newell was trying to get around the 40 of Cabre. See on the bottom there, that's John Lepresto. Working the inside of Hanley as James Tiernan goes to the outside of Weston Newell. Looks like that bottom starting to go away a little bit, which is making the top side a little quicker, and Tiernan is utilizing it to perfection right now. Back into 3rd, and now he's starting to make a move on Cole. Tiernan, who has a win in DOB competition in the 360 series, still looking to break through in the 410s, but he's in the top 3 in both championships. You see all of those drivers on the high side now. Weston Newell looked like he caught the fence just a little bit. No harm, no foul. Nathan Davis, let's give him a shout out. He's worked his way into the top 5. Cameron Merriman following him through. Those guys going to do battle down into turn 3. But we've got to keep an eye on the front because now there's a battle for the race lead. Cole Cabre to the lead with the slider. He cuts back across as Thomas retakes the lead. Nearly opened the door for James Tiernan, who took a shot at it but was unable to make anything happen. Cabré once more with a slider for the lead. Thomas to the bottom of the track, going to take it back down the backstretch. These guys trading the lead back and forth. They did that in the early portion of the race. Tiernan now to the outside of Cabré, who looked to stumble there on the cushion. He's going to slide up in front of the 98. Tiernan going to look to make a move here in 3 and 4. No, he's going to stay patient. Build up that momentum. All three of those drivers, you could cover them with a blanket. Weston Newell right there waiting on them to make a mistake. We're down to 9 laps left in this race. These drivers know it for sure. Ooh, Tiernan had to lift there. He was going to run into the back of the Swindell Speed Lab driver. That cost him a lot of momentum. But the battle at the front heating up. Let's take a look here. Cameron Merriman now has 5th spot ahead of Davis. That's Zarfos and LaPresto. Skylar Brown rounding out your top 10. He's right there behind Kevin Hanley. Now, Cabré reeling in the race leader once more. He's got there multiple times, but when he goes to make a move, he's struggled to get around, and now a caution. Trying to find out who it was that brought out the caution. Not Dunny. It's like Michael Sheridan, who caught that turn 3 cushion wrong coming across Jeff Stewart's nose. Does a 360 and continues on, but the caution waves nonetheless. That changes everything. I don't think those leaders really wanted to see that. Thomas maybe, because he's had great restarts. But Cabré and Tiernan were starting to get into a groove there, and I felt like they wanted to see that stay green and see if they could make the pass. Let's ride it out. White flag lap moves to lap 48. Should be lap 43 when we go back green. So we're going to have 5 laps here. That's Weston Newell in 4th. Cameron Merriman, Davis, and Zarfos. They've passed a lot of cars in this A-main. I'm sure they're happy to see that yellow. We'll see if they can pass any more. We're getting to the point where these drivers are going to start being really aggressive, which means we could see some contact at the front of this field. Justin Thomas isn't afraid to mix it up. Going to be 5 laps to go, drip and rip. Lap 48 is when the white flag lap will fly. And we're going green this time by. Thomas has the lead. Great start from Cole Cabré. Cole got a good one. He goes to the inside slide job in turn 1. He's on the cushion. Thomas to the bottom of the track. Problems for Tiernan. I don't know where he's at. He fell back. Looked like Zarfos lost his front wing and whatever happened there. Now it's back on. We saw the sim flip-flop on front wing damage. I can't believe something happened to Tiernan there, and caution flag's going to wave. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out what happened to Tiernan on that restart before we go looking for the yellow. Just didn't get into turn 1 well. Weston Newell made contact with him, and then Davis in there. Looked like Hanley and Weston came together. That's your caution right there. Roberts into it, Weston around. So big problems for Weston Newell, who went from 4th to 16th. And he's parked it now. So white flag lap goes to lap 51. I don't know if I could find it in time LB. We should see the lights go off on the pace truck this time. Weston saying that James is big mad in the chat, but he told him to not be so slow. I told you it's going to get savage up front, and it has. Zarfos now up to third. He's up 16 spots. We said he's had a lot of bad luck here recently. He's caught some good luck now. Yeah, we saw that, Weston. I don't know what that was, but he was definitely off the pace going into one. Maybe got in through the slick. All right, lap 51's your white flag lap. So we got 3 or 4 left here. Thomas had a good start. Cole right there behind him on the cushion. You see Zarfos working the inside, Merriman to the outside. Lepresto in that battle as well in the 71. So a little bit of a stumble there from Cole. 3 laps to go. Ooh, now Thomas slips off of 2. That gives Cole a look. He's going to slide to the bottom of turn 4. Going to look to make a pass here in turn 1. Here comes Cole Cabre for the race lead. He's got it. Thomas trying to fight back to the inside. He's side by side. He's going to put the slider on through 3 and 4. Cole Cabre back to the bottom off of turn 4. White flag in the air. This race coming down right to it. Cabre puts the slider on through 1 and 2. Thomas back to the bottom. Who's going to come off of turn 4 with the race lead? Cabre up the track. Leaves room for Thomas. Justin Thomas is going to win. And I think Cameron Merriman's going to finish second. What a finish there. Final 3 laps. Fantastic battle for the race lead. Justin Thomas in the Mode Motorsports machine going to take it home and find victory lane. Cameron Merriman from 4th, I believe, finished second in that race. And 3rd place is going to go to Cole Cabre. Fantastic battle in the late stages. And don't go anywhere because we're going to try to get some interviews with these guys. See if we can get them in the Discord. I told you, boys, we always have a hell of a show here in DOB competition. And remember, we've got 2 more events coming this week. Wednesday night at 9 and Thursday night at 9. We're going to do this once more. Let's bring him in here. We're going to get 2 of the drivers in, but we're going to talk to the main man, the man of the hour right now, Justin Thomas, who brings it home with the big race win on the Joker's Wild Night of the Advanced Motorsports Speed and Custom Kings Royal event. Justin, you really had to work your ass off there late. Talk to us about that final restart and how you were able to come home with the top spot on the podium.
I'm just glad that race is over. The biggest thing to me was just not spin out on the cushion, just try and keep the car straight, and just hopefully we'll keep Cole behind me. He's been racing me hard all race, and trading sliders with him all race, man. That was a blast. I'm just glad that one's over. I'm pumped to finally get a win in one of these races.
It was definitely an interesting when you talk about the track. We saw many drivers bitten by that cushion in turn 3. A couple of them got over it. Seemed like the car bottomed out and spun. We saw you have a couple of issues with it. Well, tell us about how complicated that track was for you out there.
Well, the biggest thing was not to get the car, too tight once you hit the cushion. So you had to kind of get it bent in there and kind of hold the same throttle input. Like I don't think I was full throttle that whole race. Unless I'm crossing Cole and hitting that bottom moisture on the straightaway, that's the only time I was full throttle. But I literally was holding the throttle, half throttle around the whole racetrack, just trying to keep the car bent enough to where I wouldn't get the right front over the cushion and have it spin me out.
Tell us about that battle with Cole. We saw probably 3 or 4 times throughout that race you guys trading the lead back and forth. A lot of respect shown. Everybody left each other room, and it seemed like you had a lot of fun out there.
No, it's a blast racing with Cole. I'm on Mode Motorsports obviously, and he's on Speed Lab, and we work a lot with each other during the Pro Series. So we race with each other. We show each other a lot of respect. We don't want to end somebody's night, by throwing an errant slide job or dooring somebody. That's just not how we want to race each other. So, and that's generally how it should be, and it leads to better broadcasts for you guys, because you want to see those people trading sliders and not running over each other. So, it's just knowing Cole and knowing that he'll race me hard but clean and fair just gives me that confidence to be able to move around the racetrack with him. So that was a fun dance. I tell you, one of the hardest racetracks I've ever been on this service, and I'm just happy that we all went out of it unscathed and I didn't stuff myself. So,
Well, you did quite well. Congratulations on the big win, my friend. Night 1 of the King's Royal here in DOB competition. Well done, and we look forward to seeing you have some even more luck going forward here the next 2 nights.
Yeah, I just want to thank DOB for putting this race on. Of course, Mode Motorsports for all their support and everything that I do, and give a shout out to those guys who are running the Road to Pro Series tonight on the asphalt side. I hope their nights are ending up just as good as mine has, and I'm looking forward to racing tomorrow. I won't make Thursday. I'll be at the big show, at Eldora, so I'll at least get one more night out of it.
You lucky dog. They're not letting me sneak off Thursday. That's So well done, my friend. Let's talk well, actually, I got to be honest with you. The race for second was so close. I don't have official word on who was second, but it looked to me like old Cameron Merriman was the guy that crossed the line second. Is that what you guys saw as well?
Yeah, I saw Cameron get Cole.
So, Cam, let's talk about this, man. You come from way back in this race, and you were able to battle your way forward and put yourself in a position to take a podium position. Talk about how hard it was to make your way through that field and not end up in those multitude of crashes that we saw.
I had a fair share of scary moments and oh shits, as it were, and and I must say that I'm pleasantly surprised and was wildly unexpected that I get to speak to you tonight. So happy to be here. Nice talking to you again. I started from the back and really intended tonight to just be a learning experience. I don't think that I've had good success ever running Eldora on a burnt track. In fact, earlier this season we had the 360s here, and I just couldn't hold my own. I was all over the place. I finished like 17th. And then last week with Chris Brenner, I think I had a rejuvenated spirit, and I came into this and was hoping that I could do well and take some lessons learned in it, and I think it worked out.
How important is that confidence? We see a few changes here and there when the updates come around. iRacing actually made some changes to the angles. They talk about how the car sticks on the angles of the dirt tracks, whether that's the entire banking or the cushion or what. Seems like they made some changes to the cushion, but the game continually changes, and with the track continually changing on DOB nights, how important is that confidence to really help you find your way to the front?
It is actually paramount right now, in particular with regards to your comments about how the cushion changed. It used to be kind of like a warm, fuzzy blanket that you could really throw your car into and it would hold you safe, And so with this change, with the reduced angle of the cushion, the car doesn't really bite as well on the cushion anymore, especially deep in the races like we get here in DOB with the track states. They kind of just go away. So it takes a lot more finesse combined with confidence, because truthfully, you see it a lot last week at Williams Grove, and this week also at Eldora. If you are not confident in throwing your car in at the proper angle and attitude at the cushion here, and you try and run the top, you're going to dump yourself into the wall and you end up flipping. And so I had to miss a couple of people doing that tonight. So I'll say paramount to driver talent is confidence when you're trying to run the top, at least.
Well, he showed the confidence that it took to come from the back of the pack all the way to second place. Congratulations, Cam. We're going to see you the next 2 nights.
Yeah, I think you will, and I'll be at Eldora actually in person this weekend. So if anyone wants to see me, you can send me a private message. And thanks for hosting tonight, and chatting with you was great as always.
Well, congratulations, my friend, on that second place finish. We might actually all have to talk about that here on these broadcasts. See if we can get everybody together this weekend. Because if you're not at Eldora for at least Friday and Saturday night, I don't know. Maybe you don't have a pulse. But let's go ahead. We'll talk to our boy Cole Cabre here, who ended up third here tonight. Cole, I'm sure you wanted a little bit more out of that, but you had to have fun out there doing battle with these guys for the top spot.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a fun battle. Battling with JT and everyone that's around there and up front. It was definitely fun. Wish we could have pulled off the win. Setting quick time and winning the heat race gave me great confidence to go into the A and set a good pace. But JT got around me early, and I finally found my groove and got back to it. But yeah, it was definitely a fun battle.
Now, we talked about confidence a little bit here, and I got to say, the Swindell Speed Lab team has been the hottest team in DOB competition so far this season. What does that team aspect bring to your arsenal as you hit these racetracks, and does that give you confidence? Does the added help that you have from the other guys on the team being successful just put you in that much of a better spot when you come into these races?
Oh yeah, having a good team behind you is one of the big keys in this in racing world. So having my brother JT, everyone, James, Adam, just everyone that's on the team, going week to week and either winning or in the top three somewhere, is always up there, battling for wins. So, going in with a good team is always a main part of it.
So what's it going to take to get you a couple more spots on the podium here in the next couple of nights? You feel like you got a chance to maybe make a few adjustments or just find a little bit of luck and make your way into victory lane here this week?
Well, you saw my all-white car. I tore it up in practice. I didn't even have time to put my number on it. So maybe that was it. Not having my main primary car, but hopefully my team can get it back and ready for tomorrow night.
Everybody knows it's stickers that makes your car faster than everybody else's. So we're gonna get some stickers on that Swindell Speed Lab machine, and we should see him even farther up front in the next couple of nights. Congratulations, Cole, on a third place finish, and we wish you luck going forward.
Thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your top three from the Joker's Wild Night here in the DOB Advanced Motorsports Speed and Custom Kings Royal. We have had a hell of a lot of fun here tonight. You saw some great racing action. Do want to give a shout out to the Elbows Up Speed or Sim Sport drivers who actually came up from 24th and 23rd. Looks like Jeffrey Stewart and Shea Paolo up 9th to 11th. They told me they actually threatened my life in the chat to make sure that they got a shout out there as well. Curtis Merriman saying he put a post on the iRacing 410 forums letting people know we should meet up outside Vendor Row on Friday and Saturday night before qualifying. So if you guys want to hang out at the Eldora Speedway, the real life Eldora Speedway this weekend, hit us up. We're gonna figure it out so everybody can hang out. We've got the big bad admin in here as well. Chris Roberts hanging out. Chris, we've got 2 more nights of racing action. 35 laps tomorrow night and 40 laps on Thursday night coming at you. We're gonna see plenty more DOB fun here this week, aren't we?
Oh yeah, had a great car count. I think about 47 guys checked into the pits. Qualifying went through. I thought pretty nice for doing that many cars, all single cars. So I think that went through pretty well. And the heats and consies were pretty good, and then the track got a little tricky. Gave the guys a little bit of trouble, but looked like it put on one hell of a great finisher at the end.
We did have a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you will join us again tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, as we hit the night before the Kings Royal here in DOB competition. Special thanks to Advanced Motorsports Speed and Custom for putting this event on. And we thank you very much for hanging out with us into the wee hours of the morning. Hope everybody had a good time, and we hope to see you again tomorrow night. Let's check and see here. We've still got some people hanging out with us, so maybe we'll find somebody to go hang out with. Check the iRacing page here on Twitch so we can have a little fun with somebody else before we leave here. Anybody doing some dirt racing? Maybe, maybe not. There we go. Let's go over to Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll hang out with those guys here, see if we can give them a little bit of a host. So, appreciate everybody hanging out with us on Twitch and Facebook. And we hope to see you here tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time as we do some more dirt racing at the Eldora Speedway. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next time.